Čeká nás videopříspěvek od Adély Kašparové z University of New York in Prague, který si ten příspěvek pustíme právě teď.
Hi, this is Ruth and this is Sanne, two girls from the Netherlands currently studying in Amsterdam, and they are here to share their stories and insight on their country's drug regulation. When people think of Amsterdam, they often picture coffee shops and a relaxed attitude toward cannabis. But what does it actually mean to live in a country where soft drugs are tolerated yet tightly regulated?
Since cannabis is legal and taxed in the Netherlands, do you think it reduces the usage of it?
Well, cannabis, like selling cannabis is technically legal in the Netherlands. So you can do it and you probably won't get prosecuted for it, but it's not entirely legal because the process for selling it, like obviously would include like buying it as well and growing it, and that is not legal. So it's a bit more complicated than it just being legal, and this puts people who sell cannabis in difficult positions sometimes. But yeah, about the usage, I think that I don't know if it necessarily reduces usage, but I do think that it maybe it like moderates it.
Yeah, it's less tempting to try.
Well, it's more expensive, but it is like easier. But because it's more expensive, you might be less inclined to try it. I think it's more like a thing that tourists do a lot because it's legal here, legal and easy. But I don't necessarily think that usage in general in the Netherlands is that much higher as in other countries. But it's just safer and more regulated.
Yeah, I think definitely the tourism here in Amsterdam is a big part of the people who use cannabis.
Yeah.
And not necessarily the Dutch in Amsterdam.
Yeah. I think so as well.
And what are exactly the difference in hard drugs and soft drugs in the Dutch law?
So the hard drugs, I mean, there's literally a list of soft drugs and a list of hard drugs in our book of law. So to say, and the biggest difference is that if you are caught with hard drugs, like you could get punished like more. So you'd get, for example, like a higher incarceration. So you would get like more years in prison, for example, or you would have to pay more money, like a higher, how do you call that? You would, for example, you would have to pay a higher fine for the same like amount, but because it's a hard drug, you'd have to like pay more.
But also, if you own hard drugs, it's more legal than owning cannabis, like soft drugs.
More legal?
Illegal.
Illegal, yes. For like to give a few examples, like a soft drug in the Netherlands is cannabis. It is on that list, and like a hard drug would be like cocaine or something.
Yeah.
But it's a big list of drugs. And also, what is funny is because it's a specific list of drugs. Like the people that make the drugs make up more ways to kind of have different drugs that would have the same effect but aren't in the list. And therefore it's not illegal to make it or to sell it or to use it because it's not in the law. But it's still like the same effect, you know. So the way that the Dutch government is trying to get around that right now is by like giving a more broad definition of what a hard drug and what a soft drug is, but that is really, really hard, and that's why it's kind of this continuous cycle of, you know, there's a new drug, they sanction it, then they make another drug, they sanction it, and
I think that's the biggest problem in the law around drugs at the moment.
Yeah, it for sure is.
Okay. And liberal drug policy in the Netherlands, do you think growing up it influenced you, or were you more tempted to try drugs?
To be honest, when I was young, you don't really get much of this. I mean, maybe it was like the environment that I grew up in, but like in general, I only knew about our liberal drug policy compared to other countries when I was like 15 or something. That's when I learned about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that I tried cannabis like maybe for the first time when I was 18. And I know there's a lot of other people that try it when they are younger, but I don't feel like that's necessarily a thing that happens because we have a liberal drug policy. I know a lot of people from other countries that have tried like especially soft drugs when they were younger, and maybe they were even like, I wasn't tempted at all to try it. I was just like, oh, you could even argue that because it's legal, like especially cannabis, you would be more like less tempted to try it because it's not something that is like, it feels wrong to do it, and that's why it feels right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I wasn't necessarily more tempted when I was younger. I think I wanted to try it because like everybody around me tried it, so you know, and it's fun, but no, it wasn't like something that I needed to try or
I think
tempted.
For me in high school there were a few people doing smoking during breaks, but there was for me not really a difference, I think, between smoking tobacco or cannabis. So I think that's what made it more normal for us to grow up with. But I didn't really, I think in a way it influenced me that I didn't do it yet, the smoking cannabis.
No, I get what you mean. I think maybe the only implication that it, like negative implication that it has, is that it might be easier to get into it because you're like
more used to it.
Like it's more normalized. But I think that also opens up space to be okay with not doing it without it having to be sanctioned. So it's like, you want to try it, okay, you tried it was fun, and now we go on with, then you go on with your life. It's not necessarily like because it's not sanctioned you have to do it or something. But maybe if you do then try it that one time, you like it a lot, and then you could get addicted to it. But also, even if you get addicted, it's still like regulated, and it's more expensive than if you would, or actually maybe it's not more expensive because the markets is like compatible.
Many
competitive
coffee shops,
competitive.
Many different people who want to sell it to you.
Exactly. So it might be even cheaper, but at least it's regulated.
Yeah,
I think that's everything I have to say about it.
Yeah, me too.
Anything else to say?
No.
These were some of the thoughts Ruth and Sanne shared about living in the Netherlands. Now it's your turn to reflect and form your own opinion on this topic. We hope you enjoyed the conversation, and until next time, goodbye.